he's a possibility for tonight.
Hi, Coach.
Hey.
We all know that Hoey can score goals, but how much can it be impressive for you to see him throw like 15 hits in 2 games, and how much it is helpful for you?
Yeah, he's been leading the charge not only offensively with the game that he had in Game 1. Thought he was strong again in Game 2, but from a competitiveness, physicality standpoint, 39 years old, leading the charge, our captain, and he sets the example this time of year. It's you can tell by his play how much the playoffs and winning mean to him this time of year and where he's at in his career. So it's been impressive, and to be honest with you, we've needed it.
Go ahead, Dan.
Spencer, with Protas, you say is a possibility for tonight. You guys have won both games in the series so far. I'm just curious how, as a coach, you balance it with a guy who's been so important for you, if he's able to come back, and weighing that with changing a lineup that also has been working.
Yeah, it's something that I've thought about, and I think we have a lot of guys that are deserving to stay in the lineup, so it's difficult decisions for us as a coaching staff, but Pro has had a phenomenal season, and he's a big part of our team, and so you weigh those scenarios, but I mean the second that Pro, if and when he's ready to play, if it's tonight, he'll go into our lineup.
You talked a lot about momentum yesterday. Marty talked a lot about momentum this morning. What goes into the challenge of managing those swings in an atmosphere like you guys are going to face tonight?
Yeah. I think it's just natural. It's in any sport really is when you lose momentum, it's hard. It's challenging because there's an opponent that you're up against that feels that momentum and is feeding off that, and lines are feeding off that, and it makes you feel good. You feel like, okay, here we go. And so it gives you a little bit of energy, a little bit of juice. And that's the hard part of winning this time of year. In order to accomplish that and win games and go deep into the playoffs, you have to be able to, when you lose momentum, stop it quickly. And when you get scored on, which inevitably you will, flip the momentum and get back to your game. So it doesn't spiral to 1 goal becomes 2, becomes you just lost momentum for 10 minutes. And that's, I think, what we haven't done a great job of in the third periods of the last 2 games is just handling that momentum. And there's some X's and O's and tactical stuff that goes into it, as well as knowing when you're leading in a game, the Montreal Canadiens or any opponent that's trailing is going to change their structure a little bit. They're going to be more aggressive. They're going to take more chances. And so you have to understand that as a player and as a team. And then you have to, there's a different tactical approach when you're facing more pressure or more risk in those spots.
In the back there.
Lots going to be made about the environment and the atmosphere in the building tonight, and the assumption that the home team's going to benefit from that. To what extent, if any, do you think your guys could also benefit from it, or have it be a factor at all for you guys?
Well, I don't anticipate us benefiting from it. I think they're going to be we all know and our guys understand the energy, enthusiasm of this building. Our group as a whole on the road this year, I think we've been a pretty good road team and one of the better teams in the league on the road, and being able to manage your game on the road without last change, some little things that go into that, and having success on the road, we've done a pretty good job of throughout this year. So that's what we're going to need to lean on, is our experience in those moments during the regular season, and now ramp that up to another level tonight. But being able to potentially not utilize a matchup in a certain situation, potentially handle extremely aggressive pressure from a home team that's amped up, that wants to get on top of your D. So handling those scenarios are what we've done a pretty good job of all year, and I'm looking forward to the challenge tonight and us responding to that.